Hey guys, Gambling CS here. I'm sorry for the clutter up here on my railing up here. It's kind of my storage when I'm really bored and lazy and haven't cleaned in a while, so I should get on pretty soon. Anyway, so this is my boot knife. As you can tell, it's attached to my boot. I wear these almost every day, except for Mondays when I'm welding. These were Ariats, about 180 bucks, I do believe. Incredibly comfortable. I do have small feet, if that's what you're wondering. I wear size 10s and tennis shoes, and boots are for some reason giant, and these are size 8s, W's. Anyway, so onto the actual knife. Pop that out of the sheath. I did make the sheath, by the way. Just like the Kershaw Needs Work one, it's the same thing, except this is only 3 layers instead of 6. And it has a strap that goes to the bottom and comes around. I actually just did a loop here. You know what? I'm just going to take the thing off and you can just see it. Yeah, there is paracord on here, by the way. That was from my lack of ingenuity and buckles. Get that off my boot. The boot goes away. Alright, so here's the actual sheath and knife and everything. Has a loop right here. This goes onto the toe of the boot. This wraps around the heel, snaps onto the outside of your foot, or inside, whichever you prefer. It can go on either. Should snap and not pop off like that. Come on. There we go. Alright, so it snaps in place, holds it pretty well. Same kind of snap dealio right here. This was actually, I found it incredibly nice because it has this cutout right here. I'll show you part of the knife. But it just felt so right just to have this piece of leather fall over and have that snap right there. It just worked out really well. The paracord is because when I put on the boot, when I sized it for my boot, I put a little extra leather in there, and I didn't just cut that off when I was measuring it, so it's a little loose. So when I'm walking around after a couple of miles, it'll start pulling down and down. I'll just be leaning out like this, and then it becomes really obvious, and it bugs me, and I keep kicking it, and then it gets a handle loose, and then it becomes bad. So I have the paracord, which is now on the wrong side of that, but let me snap this again. Normally it'll be going up, and then it'll hit the belt loop, or excuse me, not the belt loop, the belt, oh, the boot strap. There we go. The boot strap goes through the boot strap, goes through the back end right here, and holds it securely. I've got a taut line with an overhand knot and a Prusik knot, which I should probably redo. Anyway, so those are what I have, and it's some 550 paracord, foliage green, I do believe. Good stuff. I just happen to have like 10 feet left over and use that. Alright, so the actual knife, here it is. Some of you guys are like, wow, that is a cheap knife, and guess what? You're absolutely right. I made this myself. This is the second knife I kind of scrounged together from scrap parts. Eventually, what really happened is, what happened is, I was working out at the camp, and there's kind of a wildlife preserve, so there's a lot of deer running around, and I found a deer antler up at one of the cope courses, a kind of rock climbing leadership course, if you will. And so I took it, and I had a friend's mom who is really big into random stuff and asked me to make her a knife handle, because a guy was going to make her a knife blade and a sheath. I said, alright, whatever. So I went to work, made her a really cool knife handle. She's a lefty like me, so it fit really well. I really liked it, because we both have medium to small size hands. And I still had a whole bunch of the horn left over, so I said, hey, why not just put on a bunch of my old cheapo knives that had broken on me, and I still had the blades. So I don't know what I was planning on doing with them, but still had them. This one was from the Frost Cutlery Flying Falcon. Best $1 knife I ever bought. This is one of 3 rope cutter knives I had. The other one was the Coast Guard one and the Sea Scout. They all cut rope incredibly well, but the other 2 I used so much they got pretty dull, and I didn't want to have to cut down the steel so often while sharpening it, so I just switched to this cheapo little bugger. I didn't care what I did with it, just toss it around. It's chipped and broken and disregarded in any shape or form. Anyway, so it is a clip point blade, 3 inches total. It is mostly serrated. I do like this having like the upper third, not half, upper third being a straight cut because I like having. I mean, I can deal fine with this, with just this amount for most of my daily tasks. Even though I have kind of semi-designed it to be a tactical knife, I don't really use that. I'm kind of forgetful, so I'll probably leave my knives around a lot, and if I absolutely need to, I have a knife on my boot, which I'm normally wearing, except for now since I had to do this review. Anyway, so Imprints has the Frost Cutlery Eagle, and it's kind of lightly stamped. You can see Flying Falcon and deep bold cutting in the bottom, and then Frost Cutlery to the left of that. That's where the thumb stud was, and a nail nick. Kind of cool. I do like how deep the bevel is on this. Unlike most knives I've seen, they're really shallow. This is nice, even though it's serrated. I rather enjoy that, and even though it's cheap steel too. The other side, it has the ever classic stainless rust-free. Wow. Okay. All those knife buffs that are out there are just kind of like face palming right now because of the redundancy of that. Yeah, I know. I kind of blot that out of my mind. I can't even. I can't fathom that. It's just ridiculous. For those who don't know, rust-free is German for rust-free or stainless steel. There is a company that goes by Rust-Free, but I don't think they're still in business. They were based out of Solingen, Germany, which is a big knife community, I know, but I haven't checked out much of their stuff. I'm not really big on foreign knives, like I said, because I'm new to foreign knives, or new to knives in general. So, anyway, used what was the first tip or point, I believe, of the horn, and just took a drill and punched a couple holes down here, and then vertically here, and then just took another knife and just pried out the rest, and put this in there. That was after soaking the bone for a month or so. There's a whole process. You can look it up on Google or something, and it'll explain to you how to do this properly. I put mine together really crappily. I wouldn't. I mean, don't copy this idea. This is bad. It's loose now. It'll do this. I mean, I know I don't have a lot of need to have pressure here, but it's still loose. Need to figure out where I can put a second pin for the tang. The tang only reaches about yay big. Actually, it's not even that. It's right here. I have a screw here as a additional finger choil. That actually helped out a lot because I ended up using this as a cutting tool on a lot of the rope in my rigging class for my marine diving tech program. Anyway, used it a lot. Needed something that would keep it from slipping because I don't know, I just like the design of this. I wanted to flip the horn around so I would get more of a grip on it, but after a while I just got used to this, and I really enjoyed it. And it's just nice because it gives you a lot of stability with just this because it has this additional point which makes contact into your palm, and then you just kind of hold it like here, and you make nice draw cuts, nice slow skinning cuts, whatever you want to do. It's very handy. It is chisel ground. Well, it's a double bevel, but it's chisel ground because I base it off of the actual the secondary bevel. Primary bevel would be, I guess, a saber grind at first. I did try convexing the edge. This is my first attempt at convexing the edge. Didn't work. Not at all. I mean, this thing was dull. I killed it. I butchered it. Jumping is gigantic. I mean, listen to that. That's just, you can't do that with any other jumping knife. This is my noisemaker now. It actually offers no grip. Wow. Yeah, not so good. It's not quality jumping like you would see on Spartacos with those nice laser cut jumping designs like on the Spartaco Delica, which I do not have on me. Actually, here, let me go grab that really quickly. Spartaco Delica, full flat grind, CDP 189. Let's look at the jumping on there. Oh, horrible resolution. Oh, there we go. Okay, you see that? That is all laser cut. And when like people say, like Nothing Fancy or Cutlery Lover or anyone else says it locks in your thumb, I mean, you have to give it a good push to get it off. And that actually kind of hurt my thumb. To get it off that jumping if you have a good locked-in system. Alright. Good knife, by the way. Still have to do that review. This jumping, look at that. like greased really bad. Yeah, so this is just my 5th knife, last ditch. I don't even know. It's just there. It's the most backupist knife you could think of. Yeah, it's a chunk of steel. That's all it is. Anyway, so that is my knife review. Again, I wouldn't copy this design unless you can figure out. Well, if you're going to copy this design, things I would change would be, instead of having the folder kind of tang it has, thin that down to a nice stick tang with a good point. Push that through down here. Give this a bit more of a choil. I don't know how you would do that. I guess if you still had this cut out, you could weld on an extra ramp. Give it a good finger choil, and that would really lock in your hand. That would be amazing. And then use better steel. This is almost like 308 steel. I mean, this is down there. This is like, I don't even know. I don't know how Frost can make so much on these knives. But I don't know. I'm not a salesperson, so. Anyway, yeah, that is my boot knife. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.